Alright guys, new character info for Wuthering Waves. We finally have an update on the 2.8 banners with one brand new 5-star and the long-awaited release of a new 4-star. This patch is already looking quite hype, so in this video, we will talk about everything new about Chisa and BULING with their release dates, element, weapons, banner format, and why are these characters finally confirmed for the 2.8 version update. And if you guys want to be kept updated on everything Wuthering Waves, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and put those notifications on. I'm also giving out some free lunite subscriptions to my subscribers that leave a like and comment on the video. But alright, let's not waste any time. We have quite a lot of new exciting info on the upcoming banners. First, let's talk about why everyone is so confident that Chisa is arriving in 2.8. If you've been keeping up with the Septimont drip marketing, it's actually pretty obvious. Every character teased in that batch has either been released or now confirmed to come out in earlier patches. Up until our current patch, the 2.6 update, Galbrina and Kyon and Chisa were left for the 2.7 options, and now both Galbrina and Kyon have been officially confirmed to release in the next update. So right now there's only one Septimont character left unaccounted for, and that's Chisa. So unless Kuro decides to throw us a massive curveball, it's basically confirmed by now and guaranteed that Chisa will headline the 2.8 version update as the last character coming out from the Septimont release. Now let's move on to Chisa herself. What do we know about this character? Chisa was first teased all the way back in the 2.4 livestream, and since then, her drip marketing has shown her off in full. She got a very unique look compared to most of the roster, a type of battle-worn Japanese schoolgirl aesthetic, with her weapon looking like she's holding giant scissors. With that combination, a lot of players are really hyped for the release of Chisa. So what about her element, weapon, and role? So Chisa, the early info previously suggested she might be a Glacio sword character, but the more recent news that came out within the last 14 days suggests something different. She's now expected to be a Havoc element and her weapon a Broadblade. If we take a look at her previous drip marketing, it looks like it could either be a sword or Broadblade that she's holding, but most reliable info now puts her as a Havoc Broadblade character. Now regarding her role, Chisa is said to be a main DPS designed to be a straightforward but powerful damage dealer. Now surprisingly enough, one of the few recent info that we have on Chisa is her farming materials. Apparently, her ascension materials are going to be the Wintry Bells, Abyssal Husk, and the Polygon Cores, but keep in mind, those details can shift before launch, as they usually do, but don't worry, once we get more confirmation on her materials and her base kit, as always, I'll do a pre-farm guide a few weeks before the character comes out right here on the channel. So while we don't have the full kit reveal yet, Chisa is shaping up to be a new Havoc DPS option. So now that is all we know on the character Chisa at the moment, let's move on to the second character we are expecting in this update, and that is BULING. Now BULING is expected to join Chisa in the 2.8 update, and unlike Chisa, BULING hasn't had any official drip marketing yet, so most of what we know on this character comes from in-game appearances and roadmap speculation. But multiple sources have lined up, pointing to her being a new 4-star Resonator releasing in the 2.8 version update. Now regarding her element, weapon, and role, BULING is said to be a Spectro element character, which immediately makes her an interesting option since Spectro units seem to be a bit more rare. She's expected to use gauntlets as her weapon type, which sets her apart visually and especially a lot more unique, especially compared to the usual Broadblade or sword characters. And just like Chisa, she's expected to release on the 2.8 banners, pairing the new 5-star with a brand new 4-star option. Now regarding the banners and the banner format, we don't know if both will be on the same banner, but if we take a look at the previous 4-star releases, they usually split them into two parts with the main 5-star on another banner. For example, Chisa would be the first phase banner since she's the headlining 5-star, and in the second phase, let's say we get a CARTETHYIA rerun, then BULING would be on the CARTETHYIA banner. And since I'm on the subject of reruns, I would say for the run, it is indeed likely that we get a CARTETHYIA rerun, as for the 2.7 update, early info suggests that we're getting a rerun for Zani and Lupa. So if this is truly confirmed in tomorrow's livestream, then it would make sense that we get a CARTETHYIA rerun in the 2.8 version update. But alright, now going back to the BULING info. So as her exact role, we don't know yet, but most speculation puts her in a sub DPS supportive role, helping round out team comps with her spectral utility. Now the big question is, why is 2.8 such a big deal? Well, first, it marks the end of the 7-month cycle, with Chisa closing the chapter as the final unreleased member. And the second thing is it's been a very long time since we got a new 4-star. If I remember, the last 4-star we got was in the 1.4 update, and that was Yohu. So it's nearly been a whole year since we got a brand new 4-star. So BULING's addition to the game is actually a very big deal for players who don't always pull for every 5-star, but still want fresh options to build around. And depending on how their kits actually play out, this could be a really balanced patch, one character filling the high demand Havoc DPS role, and another expanding the roster of spectral utility options. Of course, I gotta add the usual reminder that these details are still a mix of official info and early news. Sometimes we get some tweaks on the elements, weapons, and even delay on some character schedules. And of course, banner timing in gacha games is always subject to shuffle. So while it's basically guaranteed that Chisa is coming in 2.8, we still don't know her full kit or BULING's role until we get closer to the update, which I will definitely update you guys on the channel once we get more confirmation on this info. But to wrap it all up, Chisa is now set to headline version 2.8 as the last September release, most likely a 5-star Havoc main DPS using a Broadblade, while BULING on the other hand is expected to join her as a new 4-star Spectral Gauntlet character, finally giving players a new 4-star option in the 2.8 version update. So it seems 2.8 could deliver one of the most exciting patches, with the release of Chisa very anticipated, and finally a brand new 4-star, which I'm sure a lot of players would be excited for, closing a major arc, introducing a major new DPS, and a new 4-star to the mix. Definitely really hype. Now another mention for Chisa is she is expected to finally appear in the 2.7 version update. We don't know if it's going to be the story or just a random side quest, but all we know is that she's finally appearing in 2.7, so we might be getting a look at her gameplay, might be getting a look at her in-game model, which would be pretty interesting to see, and of course hear how she sounds like, which is definitely really hype. So let me know down below, what do you guys think of Chisa and BULING? What do you think of them design-wise, or maybe just what are your predictions on their element, roles, and weapons? Let me know down below. And are you excited to try out a fresh new 4-star in 2.8? If you enjoyed this video, as always, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and put this notification on so you don't miss out on any future Wuthering Waves breakdowns and update coverage. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.